Hello my lovelies and welcome back to my channel. My name is Shelly and I am here with my daughter, and today we are going to be asking questions about flight attendant world, and I just wanted to know the perception of a 12-year-old and what she thinks.
Yeah.
She has absolutely no idea. She sees me in uniform. We've flown before, but she doesn't know what really goes on behind the scenes. So maybe she's heard a few things, but let's just get her perspective on the career, the flight attendant career. All right. So, Eliana.
Yes.
You just recently turned 12.
Yes.
And so a 12-year-old kind of knows a little, right?
I know like a decent amount, but like stuff I feel like a 12-year-old would know, I guess. I don't know about like flight attendants and flights and stuff. So.
Okay, let's give it a try. How much do you think that we make in a year?
Oh, okay.
How much do you think flight attendants start pay make?
Probably around like 100,000.
No.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
100,000.
Woo, okay.
Is it less?
Do you think
Is it more?
Do you think I make 100,000?
Do you make more?
I wish it was my boss.
Do you make less?
A lot less.
Like how less?
Less than half of that. What's half
50,000?
Well, less than half of that, yeah. So 50 is half, but less than that.
That is so little.
Yeah.
For real, I thought it was like 100,000. Like,
Yeah.
like I was like sure about that.
Not yet. We have to put in 20 years to even hit that.
25. That's it.
That's it.
That's like a little.
So when do we start getting paid? Do we start getting paid the minute that we leave the house and go to the airport? Do we start getting paid when we punch our card at the airport? Do we start getting paid when we walk to the plane? Do we start getting paid, when the plane takes off?
I think I know this question. Okay, I think it's There's two of them. It's either I think it's the minute that the doors close, like the planes of the doors close.
Yeah. Good job.
Okay.
High five on that one. Okay, so I might have mentioned it a few times, so she probably heard it. By the way, we don't punch anything. I just yeah, you know how people have punch cards when they go to work?
Do they?
Yeah, they do. Like a lot of
I
people
didn't know
have
that.
jobs where they have a little card and they put it in and it goes dunk and it stamps the time that they came in. So they get paid from the time they come in to the time that they
That's cool.
leave. So they punch again when they leave, but we don't have punch card. I just wanted to see if you knew.
I didn't even know. I was like thinking in my brain, like, you have punch cards? Like, what?
No, we
I didn't
don't.
even know that.
So we actually get paid. Now, I know for a fact another airline, I was going to say the name, but another airline starts getting paid before they even close the door. So that's a good thing. Yeah. But we're hoping that we get that. But right now we don't. So we get paid the minute the door closes and the plane pushes back.
Okay. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting.
Fact.
Now, where do we keep our hot meals? Or do we even have hot meals on our airline? Where do we keep them and how do we heat them up? And how do we...
Like hot meals, like food? Like
Food.
not snacks? Like just
No, food.
I don't even know if you have like food. Like,
I don't. We don't have hot meals.
You don't?
We don't.
Oh.
We have no hot meals at all. Even going to Hawaii, which is our our most further out trip, they're all snacks. You remember your snack box?
Yeah, I remember the snack box, but I'm like, maybe you go further out than that, and maybe there's like some food. Or like whenever like you guys get hungry, I don't know.
No, when we get hungry, we bring our own lunch. And yeah, we have to figure out a way to warm it up. Unconventional ways to warm them up.
That's pretty interesting.
I'm not gonna get into that. But yeah, or we just get a thermos and keep our things warm. But yeah.
Don't you guys like use like the hot?
No, we don't. What makes you say that? I don't know what she's talking about. We're not allowed to use the plugs there in the plane. So people have these little hot logic that needs to be plugged. We can't really use the plugs in the plane, and we can't use the coffee pots because when we remove them, the plate is really hot, so we can warm things up. We don't really use that.
Oops.
No, we don't do that. Okay. How many passengers does a 700 hold? A 737-700. How many?
That's like
Just give me a ball.
that's like an old one, right?
Yeah. I guess. You got the
So,
700, then you got the
I
800, you got
know.
the 800 max. How much do you think on average a plane hold passenger-wise?
50 to 75.
People?
Yeah.
50 to 70?
Yeah.
Okay.
For a 700, I guess. Well, the 800's got to be like 100 or like or 70.
So we average between 150 to 175. That's our main
I
average.
got the 75 kind of.
We don't really hold like, you know, a lot of passenger. We don't hold 200, but we don't go below 143.
Oh.
I mean, we can have below 143, but what I'm saying is the types of planes that we have, we hold between 140 to 180, just to give you like an estimate. But yeah.
That makes sense.
So we don't hold 50
I
to
thought it would
70.
be
Those
like
would be the Embraer, the little ones.
Like the younger, like or the older planes would like have less seats because they're less advanced. So like, I don't know. Like over time, they would like build up more. Oh wait, what's the oldest like plane?
The oldest plane is about 15 to 20 years of age, but they retire them usually at 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question.
Oh.
You messed up. You made me answer it. Okay. What else? When we say round trip, what does it mean? I'm taking a round trip.
Like round trip.
What's a round trip?
Like a trip like that's like, how do I explain this?
It's round.
Like you don't stop. Like there's no stop to it.
No.
Like what?
No. A round trip is going somewhere and coming back. That's a round trip. It means you're doing a full circle. You're going and you're coming back. So that's a round trip. Not a square trip, a round trip.
A square trip? Is that a thing?
That's that. Okay, so now what's a round trip?
Going and coming back.
Hey, okay, that's good. Okay, so we got that. Now, what's a ferry flight? Think about it.
Oh, I have no clue. I never even heard.
Just give me what do you think the explanation is. What's a ferry flight?
Flying a long way.
That's a very one. A very far.
I don't know.
Okay, so a ferry flight, an empty flight where they want to relocate a plane. We're in Vegas and we want to go to Orlando. They're not going to put any passengers because they need an extra plane in Orlando. So they're going to ferry the plane to Orlando, which means they will not have any passengers in there.
I was gonna say, I was gonna be like I was thinking in my main mind, I was like, maybe it's like, there's like no people in it, like no passengers.
You should have said
But
that.
then I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Like, why would they have nobody inside the plane? But then obviously to transport
Instead of
them
calling
to
it the
somewhere else.
empty flight, they call it the ferry flight.
Why would they say that? What does that have to do with a ferry?
Now, what's a connecting flight?
Having like stops.
Yes,
Okay.
that's good.
Okay.
You have a connection.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I
awesome.
heard that one before.
So how many people are in the cockpit when they fly?
Like the place where they wait, what? The cockpit.
The
cockpit.
What's the cockpit?
It's like where they fly the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many people
Like-
are there?
2.
Okay, what are they called?
Like wait.
What's on the left
The
and what's-
pilots.
Where's the pilot?
I know there's 2.
Is he on the right or on the left? Where's the pilot? Like if you're facing forward, where's your pilot? Is he on the right or is he on the left?
The left, right?
The left? Left or right?
The left.
Because I went, yeah! She was like,
It's the left. It's the left.
yeah, the pilot
Yeah.
is on the left, and who's on the right?
Like the helper, the one that only has like
The helper.
the helper, like
The reindeer helper.
They have like the stripes
Santa's
here.
little helper.
And then like it has like a less one. I don't know what he does, but he like helps.
He's
right?
a co-pilot. So the pilot and the
like he helps fly.
co-pilot. Yeah. Yeah, usually a lot of them are pilots already from other airlines, but they have to make their way up and they have to have so many hours to become pilot. So when they come into the company, they can't just be a pilot because that's a lot of responsibility. So they start off as co-pilots, make their way up to being a pilot. But to become even a co-pilot, to be a co-pilot, you have to have been a pilot somewhere. So a lot of them are pilots already with another airline, and then they come in our airline and they start as co-pilot, which kind of sucks because they're like, hey, I'm a pilot already, but it gives them experience, gets them more flying hours. And how do you know if you were to just look at them? What do you see on their person that you know that they're pilots or co-pilots?
Oh, I think I know those ones.
Yeah, I think you kind of said it earlier.
So like they have like this like weird thing on their like like their shoulders.
They have lines.
And then I think one has like the pilot has like 4 and the co-pilot has 3.
Yay! Yeah, that's good. That's good. Awesome. Now, when we take off, what do we do with the maneuver? Do we push the maneuver forward to take off, or do we push the maneuver near us? Would you know that?
I'm trying to memorize the movies of how like like
I wish we had video games, eh?
Okay. Like in the movies they normally like go like, oh my god, we're like going down, so they do this, they go like all the way back on this. So I think they go like it's like pulling.
Yes, we pull towards us in order to take off, and we push forward to
like land.
I believe so.
You believe so?
Okay, does the cockpit window open?
There's a window? Like the window in front of them, or like?
Yeah, well, no. The cockpit is where they're seated. Those, you know, you have the pilot and the co-pilot.
Yeah.
Does the windows open?
Oh, I never even
What do you
thought
think?
of that.
What do you think?
No?
No?
No.
So if there's an emergency, they get stuck in there?
Yeah? Well, they can like open like the door in back of them, but like...
No. What if the doors jam and there's fire and they can't get out of the cockpit?
Well, I wouldn't like think the doors would open in front
The
of
little
them.
doors open. So
What?
the co-pilot's window opens, not the doors, the windows.
The windows?
So the little window opens for the co-pilot, and the pilot's window opens as well. And so you just kind of push and you pull, or you move and you pull, and you can actually slide them. And I think in some of them you can push them out, and they have a rope where they can get out, but they don't open in the front, just on the sides. Did you know that?
I did not even know they had windows on the... I know they had a big one, but not side ones.
Yeah, they have so they have 2 here and they have 2 here.
That's probably new for
1,
you
2, 3.
guys hearing that too, because I didn't even know that.
So if, let's say they're stuck and they can't get into the cabin, there's fire, let's say at their door, they can actually get out from their little window. So that's part of their training, how to get out of the cockpit. So they have to slide off.
How big is it though?
A rope.
Like,
this
is it-
tiny.
I'm like, what? Can they even
Really,
fit
they
that?
have to put their body through it, and they have to get down through the rope, and they have to slide off the rope off the plane. I know.
That's interesting.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Big time.
One more question. How many exits do we have in a plane?
Okay. So
And where are they?
okay. So you know the plane is like this. So in the front,
You're facing the front now.
in the front, there's obviously one because that's where you come in, and then I think right in front of you, like let's say you would walk inside a plane, there's another one in front of you.
So 2 in the forward.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you would walk in the middle-ish of the plane, and there's seats there, and then there's like a huge gap, and then there's like a door there on both sides,
It's like a window,
And at
emergency
the-
exit window. Mhm.
and then at the back end, there's 2 more.
Yeah, good job.
I got
So some of the planes that we have 6, so 2 in the front, 2 exit window, and 2 in the back. So
Okay.
you know when we do this,
Yeah.
and this, we tell you where they are.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's 2 exit windows because it's a bigger plane, so we need more windows so more people can get out and we can evacuate them in a timely manner. So they have 2 in the front, 4 in the middle, so 2 and 2,
Oh wow.
and then 2 in the back. So you have 2, 4, 5, 6, all right? Or you have 2 plus 4,
Okay.
6, 7, 8 in the back.
Wow.
So you either have 6, depending on which plane you are. So the 700, we have 6. On the 800, we have 8.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
I never
Do you know how to inflate a slide?
really. I don't know. Okay, so what I've seen or what I think I might have heard somewhere, I don't know. Like, so you open the door, and then there's like a string probably, and then you like so you tell everybody to back up, and then you pull that, and then it goes down.
Yeah, it's about right. There's like a little handle there. You just have to pull that, and it'll go off.
Wow.
But you have to make sure that the door is armed. So when the door is armed, all right, and you pull it, it'll come off. When it's disarmed, nothing's gonna happen. So as you open the door, it won't pop a slide. But if it is armed and you open the door, guess what happened? It comes out.
Okay.
So in case of an emergency, we're already locked in, and we
So do you
open the
arm
door.
it? All of them are already armed?
Before we take off, we arm our doors.
Okay.
So then they're closed, they're all suctioned in and all flat against the wall, and then we lock them.
Okay.
Whoop. All right, once we lock them in the front, the pilot can see that all of our doors have been locked and everything is safe. Okay, and then we're ready to go. Now, if there's an emergency landing, do we unlock them?
No.
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 We just open the door, and guess what's gonna happen? Because we didn't unlock it, it will deflate, and then we can kind of slide.
Okay, that's pretty interesting.
But you gotta make sure to keep them locked in order for the inflatable, for it to deflate.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Like,
Okay.
Really. Wow. I think I have like kind of a question, but I don't like. It's kind of. I've seen this like secret. Like whenever you walk in, there's like this weird box kind of thing, and then like I saw a flight attendant open it. She took something out and closed it. What was that?
A box?
It's kind of like a cabinet, hidden compartment, right where you like would walk out. I don't know if it's in. I only seen it like twice in like two types of planes, but I wasn't sure what it is because I think she took out the like a vest thing, like the things that she uses for like.
Oh yeah, so we have different compartment where we stow our things, and when we do the demo, we stow it in a certain place where we can just kind of grab it, do the demo, and put it back.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, but okay. So another question: how do we put our jump seat belt? Do you know how we put it?
Okay,
do we just put it around our waist?
I think it's kind of like a car seat. You know how it has like the four thing all around you,
like a harness.
So, kind of, I guess. Like, I think it's like made out of like just like what you would wear for like if you were in a plane, that thing that goes like around your waist. But it's like the same material, but like there's one on here, and then there's another one, and then there's one in the middle, I think, of it, and then it connects to the bottom of the chair.
How would you put it on if you were to put it on?
Kind of like a sleeve, so you go like this, and then this, and then you just Velcro it.
A Velcro it?
Like not Velcro it, but like click it. And like, I don't know. I never really looked at it up close.
Okay.
But I feel like it would be like that. Does it have a bottom one here on your waist, or is it just on your arms?
It's funny because she has seen it, but you know how the mind kind of like gets a little blurry when you don't fly every day, and because you see it from far.
I've seen it, but I never like paid attention of it. I don't look at the person and be like, oh, look how it's like done. I just look at the person. I don't look at the.
So I'll tell you how it is. So it's a one strap.
Okay,
with a little connector, then another strap with another connector with a big circle connector. So what happens, the circle and the little buckle here kind of goes into it. So when you want to release it, you turn the circle, it releases it. When you want to click it, it goes click. So basically, like you said, it's one strap, another strap. Put them together. All right, make sure it's always at your waist because sometimes it tends to go up. So you bring it down, then you adjust it, pull on each side to adjust it just like a seatbelt. And then if you want to unclick it, you unclick it. When you want to put it together, you just click it in like a buckle, and it clicks.
So that's for that, the arms. Is there anything
once
for the
it click, you just push it down and you tighten it up, and you're all. So you're strapped here, it's attached here and there. So it's all.
Okay.
And
So
this is here, where it clicks. It's right here at the bottom.
Oh, I thought. Okay, I kind of imagined it different for some reason. Like for like in case you would slide down, but then that wouldn't make sense. Like kind of like one that goes in between your legs that would like click. upwards into the thing. I don't know. That's
So
what I
cute.
thought, but like,
No, it's just two straps with one in the middle, and you just kind of tighten it up, and it's pretty easy to get on in and out. And the seat kind of bounces back up. You know that,
oh,
right?
yeah, I've seen it. Like, it just like folds, and then whenever
the
she wants
minute-
to sit down, she perks it down. Like,
Exactly.
brings it down, not perks it.
Exactly. Because
It's like-
when we get up, it just kind of whoop, swings back up. So when we want to sit, we have to push it down for it to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that it's easy if we have an emergency and we get up, it goes back to its position so people can walk in and out of the exit. Because as you know, we're seated right by the exit. So we want to make sure that that's out of the way so that we have easy access.
I was wondering why you had to bring it down. Why it's not like just a chair, but like I never thought of it.
Yeah, the more space we can
Yeah.
have, the better. Now, why do we ask people to bring their tablets up before departure and bring their tablets down upon arrival? Do you understand that? You know how just before we tell you, hey, you know, we're about to take off, the door is closed, now we need for you to turn off your electronics, which we're going to discuss, and we need to make sure that all of your tablets are up.
Okay, so well, obviously, I think for landing, I feel like it's kind of a little bit obvious because like if you had like your laptop, the plane goes like this kind of. So, like, also whenever you hit the ground, it's like really like shaky. So I feel like it would like just fall off, like if it didn't have a grip or something, like. And it could like break on the floor or like slide under people's chairs. I don't know. Maybe that.
Yeah, I could see that. What about taking off?
Like
and
at
you're
the
eating
table,
on the tablet.
small table.
Yeah, the small tablet.
Yeah. Oh, I never thought of that. Why do you have to bring it back up?
Why do you have to bring that little table up before departure and after arrival?
Like, let's say there was like a misfunction in the plane, and people would have to evacuate from your aisle. It would be in the way, maybe.
Yes, good job. That's exactly why. If there's an emergency, and we always tell you to push your belongings under the seat
Yeah.
in front of you. Why do you
So-
think that is?
So you don't trip over whenever you're trying to walk, because
Right.
it's like really skinny the aisle, like from like you.
Yes. A
Come
lot of people
out.
have their jacket, a box, a backpack, and they put it right there. So if there's an emergency and I need to evacuate you because of fire, and fires,
Yeah, they go fast.
they go fast. They start from the back and they hit the front in like literally flash couple of minutes, and the whole tube is engorged with smoke, and we have to react really quickly. So
Also, people like panic over there, so they're like jumping over stuff, and that can get in the way. So people trip over each other. They all trip, and it's just a
yeah, so we
disaster.
tell you bring the
So-
tablets up so it's easy for you to get out, and make sure that you push all your belongings under, because we don't want you tripping on your way out. So we're really looking out for them.
Yeah.
But they look at us like, why do you want me to do that? Leave me alone.
I get
It's
annoyed
like-
whenever they say that to me. I'm like,
But it's like, it's for your own good. You never know, because emergency can happen on the runway, emergency can happen at the tarmac, emergency can happen anywhere, but we want to make sure that you're clear. Now, dropping from the sky is almost impossible. It's usually upon takeoff and upon landing that things can happen.
Yeah.
They say about 6 minutes. So 6 minutes prior to arrival, usually it's 10 to 15 minutes, we will announce, we're picking up the trash. Make sure that all your tablets are up, and make sure your belongings are under the seat in front of you. And we're doing that because we're trying to clear it again in case we have to have an emergency landing, that you are free to evacuate.
okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Make
yeah.
sense? Okay, good. And why do we tell you electronics need to be turned off? Why do we say that?
See, that was gonna be like one of my questions. I'm like, why do they always tell you to like your phones, like turn it off, and like before like flying in the air? I don't know if they do it after, but like it's before flying. They're like, make sure you turn off your computers and
Yeah,
your
electronics.
phones. Yeah, like
Well-
keep it shut. Like why?
Well, you can put it on airplane mode and put it on Bluetooth, but you just can't have it. So I'll tell you, there's two reasons. One, obviously, the obvious reason is we want you to shut it off because it could be disturbing to your fellow passenger that maybe wants to sleep and doesn't want to hear the noises on your phone. A lot of people leave them loud. So use your Bluetooth, put it on airplane so we know we're not going to be scrolling through all these videos and making it loud and uncomfortable for everybody. Especially when we're doing the demo, we want you to pay attention. Where are the exits? How do we get out of here? What's my clothes? A lot of people don't pay attention. They're on their phone. So get off your phone. That's number one. The main reason, though, is that it can interfere with the air traffic controlling system and also the system of the plane. So as the pilot is contacting the air traffic control, which is ATC. I was going to say ATC, but you don't know. They're communicating. So as they're communicating, and if everybody's on their phone, there could be some interference. And if there's interfering, then they can't communicate. And sometimes they have to communicate really important information. So it's important that you turn it off so that upon takeoff, they can clear all of the ways of communication in case there's an emergency to be communicated or something. Does that make sense?
That makes like a lot of sense.
Okay. So you can still use it, but on Bluetooth, you can hear your music, but you just can't catch the internet, because by doing that, by leaving your phone on, then you're interfering with all of their frequencies that they don't want you to interfere with.
Okay, so should you keep your phone off until like...
You don't have to turn it off. You can put it on airplane mode. You just can't leave it on and scroll through your Facebook or call someone, or, you know what I mean? You just can't do those things. But you can still watch a movie as long as it's on Bluetooth, because Bluetooth is using a different kind of communication, and it won't interfere with the communication of the pilot. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Our flight attendant uniform is actually treated differently than any other type of clothing. It is actually treated with a certain product which helps us fight fires in case our clothes go on fire for whatever reason. Our clothes will not burn as fast as any other normal piece of clothing, which is so cool to know about. Kind of survive a fire a little bit longer than anyone else, because we're there to help and evacuate. So that is genius, whoever thought of having that kind of clothing.
Whenever you wash it though, like, does it go away? Is it like a material that's prepped on it, or is it made with the material?
I think it's made with the material. So it's made...
Or is it like, is it the material?
It's made to withstand fire for as long as you have it. So I don't know the logistic. I can look into it a little more. I'm sure people know a little more. And if you do, please share down below and comment. Let me know your thoughts on the material used. And I'm sure there's so much to read about online, but I just know that our material is made to withstand fire flames a little bit longer than normal clothing, so which is really important. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Share it with your family, your children. Have fun watching this, and if your kids have any questions, or if you have any questions, make sure you comment down below, and I'll make sure to do maybe a part 2 with another one of my children that haven't listened to this video, and see if they can answer some of our flight attendant questions. And don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up and the likes, just to help me with the algorithm of YouTube, so we can push this video and a lot of people can see it. So love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. We're almost at 13,000 if we're not there already. So I love you guys for your support, for your encouragement, for following me, for loving me, and I love you back. Big hugs, big heart.